Not hard at all.
Twist it again.
What the fuck?
Keep twisting it. Fuck. Fucking bump it. Harder. Keep bumping it. Thanks for playing.
Kind regards, masses. It's me, Hi Bike, and I am back with some more Hakuoki. I guess I don't know if Miku's still here, but I will drink the water now, just as proof for everyone, that prompt is actually being fulfilled. Damn, Miku really just coming in going with the water prompt, but yeah. All right, well, I hope Miku gets some sleep, and I appreciate you dropping by before I even got here, but I appreciate the water too. And hello Jacob, how we doing? What's up? Let me put on some background music because I will make this a drinking game stream, and also for the sake of my intros and whatnot. But yeah, no, how are you guys? I'm all right. It's just been a really busy day. I actually did like a little bit of overtime today, and I'll get to that in a bit, but we had a situation where we had a client from yesterday, and she originally the plan was for her to stay overnight, and then her team would come pick her up earlier this morning, but they just kept giving us pushback and stuff, and it's like, oh, and this client was all like, oh, I'm suicidal because of housing and stuff, and then she had a plan and stuff, and we're like, ugh. And then Peck was like, oh, we could take her, but she's probably not gonna go inpatient because the beds are pretty much all full, and the place, there's a program that we have where it's the one where you do the really long packet referrals, and it's a 14-day program, whatever, and it's their beds were all full, and that was kind of what she wanted, which is what we don't just freely hand those out to clients. They had to fit certain criteria, which she didn't really meet, but we couldn't send her there anyways because they were full, and we're like, So we had Dick talk with her, but it all worked out in the end. I also managed to find her a shelter spot, so a temporary one, so that because that's all we can do. And then I had this client. He looked a lot like my cousin Zach, in terms of facial shape, but he was way shorter and had straighter hair than him. So, but it's yeah, this was that was a good client to talk to. He genuinely needed help, so it was nice to not have a meth head for once. It's one of those clients where it makes me, it reminds me why I'm in this job in the first place. This is why I'm working this job. So that was good. Meanwhile, the whole overtime thing. So, Echo came in early, but it was because he had an online class that he needed to attend, and he was gonna just look at the class while he was over at work. We were under the impression that his class was gonna be over at 7, when shift change happens, but it didn't. And then the other quick staff was gonna be late, and the only other person working for the night shift at that time was a new overtime staff. She only had barely just started working on our team, and this was the first time she was working in our our actual quick office. So I was like, fuck, I don't want to just leave them all behind, so I just I stayed behind till at least 8, but I was really around the area till maybe 8:15 or 8:20 because I had Kyler walk me out to my car. But yeah, Kyler's at work today, so I did get to see him. Well, I saw him before my shift ended, and then while he was walking me out, so I was just like, oh, I'm working with Kyler technically, but but yeah, that was okay. We had a client that Met sent us, so I gave that one to the new girl because I was like, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna stick around, so I'm gonna have her talk with her. It worked out, and then Peck called us about this client that was outside. He's one of the frequenters who just wanted like to go to that one detox center just to chill out probably. And I'm like, okay, I'm short staffed. I'll get back to you when I do have staff available, but you know, he's gonna overutilize services anyway, but we'll give him a talk. And like the PEC lead was like, okay, sure. Then they call us again, I think 30 minutes later, and he's like, and like, same guy, but when I answered the phone, I'm like, oh, Quick, hello, this is Quick, Dominique speaking, you know, something like that. And like, it just sounds very pissed, and like, he was very rude on the phone, was like, oh, this client has been, you know, that same client that was outside, he's been ringing their doorbell like nonstop, so we just called that detox center anyways. We're gonna send him over to you guys, and either we'll have transition to having one of our staff take her, or you guys take her, whatever. And I'm just and then he just hangs up, and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? Really? Not like a hey, whatever, no warm handoff. And then they didn't even walk. They fucking lied. Didn't even walk the client over. So like, Echo did finally come out a few minutes later, or several minutes later, and then he was like, oh, okay, I'll check up with them to see, like, cause you know what, the lead didn't even tell me like an appointment time, or like, it was just really rushed. Either he did say the time, but like, you know, like the phone mic was very quiet too, so it was a little harder to hear. I'm like, who is this? But anyways, whatever. I told Kyler about it, and he actually told them about, you know, what I thought. They were like, oh, sorry, we just don't like quick night shift. Sorry that, you know, your fiance got caught in the crossfire. So shout out to Kyler for, you know, giving them a little talk. I appreciate him a lot. He didn't have to do that though. I was just ranting and stuff, but it does help build the rapport. But yeah, I guess there's been kind of some beef going on with Quick night shift and PEC night shift for the past couple of days. Because, like, Quick, like, we want to try to, at least for night shift, or, like, after hours, we want to try to talk to clients outside, because a lot of them tend to be the frequenters, or just people who want to use Quick as a place to sleep, which is not what we are. So that's why, you know, we talk to them outside. And also to, you know, just to prevent any risk of like, oh, some aggressive client who might pop off and cause trouble on the unit. We don't want that. So that's why they're talking to them outside, and I guess PEC doesn't like that. And I mean, I guess I get where they're coming from, but they are mad because like when, for at least a few clients where Quick has like talked to them outside, I guess they caused a scene or something, so it's like, drama. But, whatever. That's not my problem. That's night shift's problem. But I don't know. Quick and PEC have like not always been getting along so much. There's some cool staff, and like, you know, they can collaborate with us, but there's a lot of pushback. And for day shift too, there's certain staff that, you know, try to dump people on us, and then when we like ask for their assistance, they're like, whatever. I mean, did you try this? We can't take them. And it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, what a fucking day. It could have been worse though. But nah, I managed to control the unit just fine. I think I did a pretty good job as lead. Yeah, I don't know. Like I really don't mind being lead. Like, it is kind of fun. And with my team, the truth is, we actually do a lot more collaboration than the other teams, because usually for other teams it's like, oh, you're next on rotation to see this client. We won't really like discuss or like, you know, a case consult, whatever. But at least for my shift, we really do work as a team. And if we're stuck with a certain client, we'll ask each other what we think would be the best decision. We'll each like we'll all brainstorm. So, you know, that's why I like this team, my shift specifically. But yeah, no, other than that, not bad. And it was funny because Kyler was walking me out to my car, and then the overtime staff kind of walked up to where we are, because she was like, where's the car parked? Because like usually we park our the quick car out front, but sometimes we want to avoid any random homeless people just kind of out there. You know, they might ask, "Oh, can I have food?" Whatever. Which no, we can't. So sometimes we park in the back where Peck is. So she was like lost. So I pointed her in the right direction. But yeah, and that's not the end of the day. I did actually get to visit my parents, and I brought Chowder along because I called them to, you know, just see how they were doing. And then my mom's like, "I made spaghetti. You're invited," and also Chowder, because like Chowder needed to have his dinner time when I got home. So I was like, so they're like, "We'll be excited to see Chowder." So it was nice. Like Chowder was all excited to be back at the parents' house, and my parents were excited to see Chowder. And it was nice. That the spaghetti was pretty good too. Like the sauce that my mom made for it was a lot like minestrone, which is kind of like it's like this Italian stew, you could say. It has a tomato based broth, and then like she put, I think it's cilantro, or not, no, that's not cilantro. It was like one of those herbs, and there's sliced tomatoes, I believe potatoes or something. Not potatoes, I don't know, but it's really fucking good. I had a good time just, you know, catching up with my parents. And Chowder never really learned how to fetch, but I guess he was learning over at you know, with my parents, because my mom was like throwing the ball, because I kept some of his toys over there in case we wanted to have Chowder come visit. And but yeah, like we were playing fetch, because I've tried to play fetch with Chowder, but he didn't understand. But it worked out. I mean, or like he was they were able to teach him. So yeah. Looking forward to the 3-hour YouTube documentary exposing the drama. Oh yes, the drama in my building. Yeah, there's some shits. And like it was like way worse when I first started, because there were certain staff at Peck that gave us a lot of pushback. There was a certain one who was very rude and acted very like he was all like, "What? Why are you referring them to us? They don't need it." And then like he would just like kind of, because I remember like, you know, I had a client that was suicidal with a plan, and it was really for like, you know, secondary gain, like, you know, housing, food, whatever. But I just wanted to double check and get like, you know, like someone with more experience to evaluate, because it was really just me working. So when I asked, like, he was all like, "Look, you ask him this, like," and it's just like the way he was like telling me what to do was very rude, and like it's not just towards me, but towards other staff too. And we brought it up with higher ups, and he did eventually get moved to a different team. But yeah, there's been shit like that. So, but I will say that you know, I do like, compared to back then, things are more smooth. Of course, we'll still get pushback from certain staff, but you know, sometimes it is what it is. But that's enough of my day. So yeah, I forgot to share the pre-stream stuff. Yeah, we'll go to the stream stuff. You vaguely remember that guy? Oh, really? Well. Yeah, so if you know who I'm talking about, then yeah. Hey Sinesses, how are we doing today? What's up? You're just in time for you know, I was just doing my long intro, and because like I tend to like to talk about what goes on in my day, especially like well, before stream for Hakuoki streams, because like Hakuoki is all visual novel, so it's a little harder to take pauses and be like, oh, blah 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 blah. You don't remember names or anything? That's okay. No, I didn't. I'm bad with names too, and I didn't expect you to remember names, because that was probably a long while ago, when you first heard about this person. But yeah, if you know, you know, basically, right? Anyways, pre-stream song that was Reactive Factory, Work It Out, from Siva Gunner King for Another Day. It's a remix of a Sonic R song of the same name. Siva Gunner King for Another Day was an event where you'd have contestants with certain like themed rips associated with them, and people would vote for what their favorite rips were, or vote for their favorite contestant, and whoever won would get a whole day on the channel with rips kind of like relating to their franchise or their vibe or whatever. But it's kind of funny because like later, even after that event, there were other days kind of themed around other contestants of King for Another Day. So they like everyone got their own chance to get control of the channel, you could say. So, but you know, that it was a fun little thing to participate in. That the King for Another Day event was honestly my favorite because I'd always look forward to the matchups with the rips and stuff. But that arrangement, that remix was done by Android 52. That's a popular one of the big future funk musicians over on the net. But oh shit, I just realized my desktop audio was never on. I don't know if you guys ever heard anything unless it's through my mic. But yeah, anyways, I'll leave a link to that riff. Very, very fun stuff. It is a very future funk remix of Reactive Factory Work It Out. And I love the Sonic R soundtrack. Like, I listen to it, well, maybe, I say at this point almost bi-weekly, but there was a point where I'd listen to the album every day because Sonic Brain Rot, when like Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie came out, and I was like, wow, this is fucking slapping. I'm just Sonic mood. But yeah, and I don't have a link to the pre-stream video. I found that on my Instagram feed, but I think it's so funny that they had they recorded a guy on like have voice recordings on a Bop It, like custom ones, and he's just acting all sus and stuff. The sus Bop It. I would like a sus Bop It. That sounds like fun to play with. But anyways, let's get into the drinking game prompts, because those are a lot of prompts to go over. So if you would like to take part in the drinking game with an alcoholic beverage or a non-alcoholic beverage, you can click on this link, scroll down to the Hakuoki Chronicles of Wind and Blossom section, and we'll also let you know when to drink. Yeah, that's right. The trip both to Universal Studios and back, or more to Anthony's part of town, and then back home. My playlist, the driving playlist I had on, had a lot of Sonic music in it, so there was definitely a lot of Sonic. But yeah. Anyways, Sonic music. Oh wait, oh yeah, no, I understood what Jacob was saying. Yes. Anyways, for our prompts, drink every time Yukimura says "huh," every time Yukimura is useless, twice if she angsts about not being able to help more, every time we get a CG, any member of the Shinsengumi appears out of nowhere to save Yukimura in the nick of time, Okita casually mentions killing someone, twice if it's Yukimura, someone completely fails to be fooled by Yukimura's cross-dressing, someone mentions seppuku, twice if they're actually expressing the intention to commit seppuku, Yukimura cries, twice if it happens when someone else is obviously holding back tears, Saito or Yamazaki turns out to have been lurking unseen in the shadows. Anyone calls a previously unseen lurker out of the shadows because they could tell all along that a person was there. Yukimura serves tea. Yukimura sweeps. She's cleaning with her broom. Hijikata and Kazuma face off. Saito and Amagiri face off. Harada and Shiranui face off. Drink a whole bunch when the three above occur at the same time. Someone points out that not having to protect Yukimura would leave the Shinsengumi better off, but the Shinsengumi insists on continuing to do so anyway. Someone has an episode of Fury Bloodlust. Kazuma calls any member of the Shinsengumi insects or dogs of the shogunate. Kazuma talks about the Furies being fakes. Okita coughs. Okita says, "I can still fight," basically. Hijikata says any form of that's an order. Harada talks about how it's a man's duty to protect women and or children. Saito delivers a soliloquy about swords. Heisuke inks about being a monster. Someone drinks Yukimura's blood. Amagiri interrupts and stops a fight. You hear the phrase warrior spirit or bushi no tamashi. Someone tells Yukimura any form of I leave, insert name here to you. Hijikata says nandato, or what the hell. Every time someone says, seriously, sheesh, don't worry, for real, calm down, among white, or thank you so much. Every time I make a wrong choice and have to go back to make the right one. Every time a character dies. Every time anyone is loud. 2 drinks if it's Nagakura. Every time alcohol is involved, mentioned, whatever. Every time Kazama insists Yukimura should be his waifu. Every time Okita simps for Kondo. Every time the date is announced. And for every grammar or spelling error. Whew! Also, rip Yamazaki. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. That happened off screen on stream last time. Fuck. Man. Anyways, let me go ahead and open the game. Finally. It is game time. It is time for drinks. But when will we get it? I'm not sure. I'm not updating. Nope, not yet. But yeah, last time on Hakuoki, aside from Yamazaki dying, Iba was able to face off against Takeda with their demon arms, I think it came to a draw or something. But anyways, Kodo and Takeda got away, and Yukimura and Iba were separated because Yukimura had to go with the Shinsengumi, Iba with the Shogunate, whatever. But they reunited in Edo. And Iba has started to drink Yukimura's blood. And also, Nagakura jump scare that fucking woke me up. That scared the shit out of me because his mic is so loud. But it did wake me up because I was like falling asleep at a certain part of that stream. And that just, just woke me the fuck up. But, yeah. We'll see what happens now. Yeah, and let's enjoy the fun opening theme. Okay. Oh, hold on. Tyler is texting. I'm gonna get back to him. I don't know if you guys like hear the buzzing on my bracelet, but he's been tapping it and I'm like, ah! I'll give it to you. Time to actually start the game. I know, I'm sorry my intros are so long, but again, like I said earlier, I can't talk while playing a light novel because all the light novels are just like talking non-stop, so it's like, you know, I like to share my tidbits of the day, especially when today has been very hectic. but yeah, no, we're here now. And also, of course, the drinking game prompts, there's so many, so like, that's why it's always fun to do drinking games for this game. Which is honestly, I mean, that's the main reason why I'm drinking too. Also, the drink I have is an Elysian Contact Hazy IPA. It's got a yellow can, and there's like a bust, or not a bust, it's like some dude's head and his face is sliced open so you could see his brain. It's pretty dope. It's pretty metal. Well, not really metal. Like, he's like, it gives off indie horror. I don't know. It's just the way the art style is, and then there's like, oh, I thought that was a forest. It's a whole bunch of people out on like some plains. I thought the people were trees. On the bus. On the bus. All right, but yeah, let's start. Hold on. Let me finish off my text to Kyle. Right. Hee hee hee. Okay. Alright. Now we're finally starting. Okay, so yeah, we are right here. Yeah, I also really like the title screen music. It's very pretty. I like the strings. There we go. Now it's in. The next few days passed without incident. However, Iba's spirits remained low. I often caught him looking up at the sky absent-mindedly, but even then, the anger never disappeared from his eyes. He didn't need to put it into words. I knew what he was yearning for. The mines! I'm sorry, Minecraft brain rot still. Oh, Jacob, I listened to those Lady Gaga Minecraft mashups. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love that they have visuals with it too. Also, hold on, let me move my drinking game prompts to the other screen. I just realized I need to do that. Perfect. Alright. Alright. What should I do? Iba wanted to fight alongside the Shinsengumi. Excuse me, was there anything I could do to help him? I don't know, is there? Oh, that's right! Yukimura moved in with, Iba, but I forgot why. Or not officially moved in, like, he's looking after her, but I can't remember why. So sugoi, right? Yeah, very sugoi mashups. Something finally changed on one fateful day.
聞いてくれ今朗報だぞ本山どうしたんです
Hold on, I think I have to bring up the sound again. Like, the opening is so loud compared to the rest of the game. It's ridiculous.
新選組や伝習隊の皆が江戸を出て会津を目指すってことを知って俺たち遊撃隊も彼らに続こうってことになったんだよそれは本当ですかこんな嘘を言ってどうするんだ新選組や伝習隊もともとは武家の生まれじゃなかった奴らがあれだけの気概を見せてるんだから幕臣の俺たちが何もしないなんて筋が通らないからな
Iba fell silent for a moment.
僕は参加できません
Bro.
辞退すると伝えてください
Motoyama froze, blinking incredulously as Iba's response failed to register.
ちょっと待てよ参加できないってどういう事情があるんです申し訳ありませんおいちょっと待てって俺たちは徳川家の家臣だろお前だって標準派の連中のやり方に納得できないって散々言ってたじゃないか
Conquest as a Jenga tower? None of the other Viltrumites want to remove a block. They think I am unstable. Damn, bro.
今を逃したら
I want a Conquest
戦う
Jenga
機会な
tower.
んて二度と巡ってこないかもしれないんだぞどうしても譲れない理由なんです分かってください
Motoyama opened his mouth to speak, but Motoyama likes you. I don't know why I just thought of that right now. Nothing else came of it, and I suppose he had sensed that Iba's refusal was the end of it.
もう少しだけ考えてみてくれ俺はお前や遊撃隊の皆と一緒に戦いたい
Oof. I know Iba does too,
幕
but
臣は腰抜けの集まりじゃないってことを薩長に見せてやりたいんだ氷を持ってきてある
a trunk? Oh, like a chest trunk? A kind of basket woven from willow or bamboo. Yeah. I thought he was like talking about a fucking tree trunk for like a second. I'm like, wait, that can't be right.
お前の筒袖が入ってるから
Oh,
もし
the
一緒に来て
Western
くれるつもり
uniform.
になったら使ってくれ必要ありません
Bro.
一緒に来てくれるつもりになったらって言ってるだろ必要
Wear
な
it
か
for
ったら
funsies.
捨ててくれても構わないよ
And with that, Motoyama brusquely exited the room. Are you really not going, Iba?
人間相手にこの力を振るってはならないと
Damn, he's taking that to heart. Bruh, what about the fucking Fury Core? Motherfucker.
僕が刀を振るう相手はあの武田さんと行動さん、そして彼らが率いる羅刹だけです。
But if you don't, they were about to head into battle. What if Motoyama, Hijikata, and all of our other friends in the Shinsengumi lose their lives before we get a chance to see them again? Wouldn't the regret eat you alive? You might be sad now, but imagine if you had never got to say goodbye. Iba shut his eyes, as if he was trying to endure some immense pain. But even so...
僕は
Bro.
武士ですから、一度交わした約束を破るわけにはいきません。
I could practically recite Iba's answer as it escaped his lips. Because both the daimyo affiliated with the Tokugawa and the hereditary daimyo were beginning to abandon the shogunate. These desperate times further inspired Iba to uphold his own ideal of his duties as a warrior. Unlike Motoyama, though, I refused to take no as an answer. Then allow me to ask one favor of you. I'm going to rejoin the Shinsengumi. I'd like to ask you to accompany me as my escort for the duration of my journey. And since the Yugeki unit intends on joining them as well, it would certainly be safer to go along with them, wouldn't it? Iba's eyes widened.
それは
Finding loopholes. In this case, you aren't getting personally involved with the war. Nor would you be necessarily affecting human history either. You're just taking care of one girl. Ooh. Iba seemed at a complete loss for words. Suddenly, a genuine smile tugged at the corners of his lips.
あなたって人はそこまでして僕を新選組の皆のもとへ向かわせたいんですか？
No, I'm the one who's meeting up with the Shinsengumi. You're just my bodyguard, Iba. There was no hiding my active sophistry. But having recalled the way Iba's face tightened as he lashed out, swinging his sword at the Shinsengumi's abandoned headquarters, without a doubt, this was the best thing to do. Always a surprise when Yukimoto does something proactive. Yeah, well, let's hope she actually fights or something. Or, you know, honestly, she's probably gonna be like the Shinsengumi healer, but you know what? She's... Oh shit. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. She's taking initiative, which is always a treat. I agree. Besides, Takeda and my father are working together to produce an army of Furies. I can't help but think that we're going to have to face that army eventually.
確かにその通りですね。彼らを倒すのは僕の役目だ。
So true.
わかりました。すぐ元山に返事をしましょう。
Yay! Really? I'll grab the inkstone for you. I rushed up the staircase, heading for Iba's study to grab the brush and inkstone for him.
ありがとうございます。本当に。
Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to cut him off. Here, hold on. I never like to cut off voice lines.
本当に。ありがとう。
Okay. Those words held a multitude of emotions, most of all, gratitude. I'll grab the Ultra Instinct! Yeah, right, Iba be like. I was delighted that I'd been able to help him make his wish come true. Yay! Make everybody happy. Later that night, the two of us discreetly packed our things ahead of our departure from Edo.
こちらへ足音を立てないように
Ooh, yeah, he's wearing the
気をつけて
uniform.
ください。
He cut his hair too, looks like. Really fitting that Western look. Oh, okay, they'll give us a full body? He's got an ascot?
どうしたんです？
Oh! Nothing. Iba looked quite gallant in his new uniform. So much so that I couldn't stop a bright blush from rising to my cheeks. Those words contained a multitude of emotions. Most of all, gratitude. Bruh. No.
二人とも
Oh, him too.
一応俺も
He
いるって
also
こ
cut
とを
his hair.
忘れちゃ困るんだけど
Damn. Rip Motomoto Yama. I know. I haven't forgotten.
それじゃあ行くぞ。ようやく戦う機会が巡ってきたんだからな。
ええ、分かっています。
All of us held our breaths, nodding towards one another before sprinting out of Edo's castle town. We set off for Kazusano-kuni in the Josai domain, casting our fates into the wind. It's time for chapter 2! Ooh, where's that supposed to be? April 1868. Finally! I'm like, when's our first drink? Oh, finally! In the company of the Yugeki unit, Iba and I set off to head for Kazusano-kuni in the Josai domain. Soon in the game, it's gonna be May, right? They better not skip over it. The domain's young daimyo was apparently the leader of the Yugeki unit, though in name only. However, the unit's driving force was actually Iba himself, and a close friend of his by the name of Katsutaro Hitomi. In Edo, a small resistance faction called the Shogi Company had formed a stand against the Sacho and were currently gathered in the city district of Ueno. In response, the Yugeki unit chose to take over a checkpoint in Hakone, situated in the Odawara domain, to await orders as tensions steadily rose.
すみません。あなたを新選組の皆さん方のところに送り届けるはずだったのに。全く逆の方向に向かうことになってしまいました。
Rip. Please, don't worry about it. There we go, another drink. Although I had expressed my intention to rejoin the Shinsengumi, my goal had been simply to allow Iba to fight alongside the Yugeki unit, a fact that Iba himself was likely fully aware of.
あなたの立場は僕の故障ということになっていますから。
What? I thought you were working for me the other way around. Not specifically you a page, but you're my bodyguard, bitch.
本山以外の大使の前では話を合わせておいてください。
Understood.
故障じゃなくて正直に嫁さんだって言っておけばよかったのに。
何を言ってるんです。大使の前でそんな浮ついた真似ができるはずないでしょ
う。でも夫婦揃って決起なんてかっこいいじゃないか。
Motoyama? As I said before, Iba and I are just friends. The two of us wouldn't work well together. Quit lying to yourself, Yukimura. God damn it. Yeah, let him say my waifu. I'm just a townsperson. In terms of social class, I'm not.
そんなの近藤さんの養女にしてもらえば問題ないだろう。あの人は今や大名だし、絶対に嫌とは言わないだろうしな。
Well, sorry, the monster, like, I was really energetic right until, like, you know, stream was starting. Or, like, I mean, I've just been slowly, the monster, I usually drink monsters on Fridays, it's slowly coming down. Kondo, being who he was, he would likely agree, but even so, enough with the jokes. We're about to go into battle.
冗談じゃないんだけどな。まあいいか。
As the frenzy of war loomed, we still had no clue as to where Takeda or her father were hiding. However, there was no doubt in my mind that they would show up in the middle of a large-scale battle. Would they really, though? I had to remain vigilant. And so, Iba, Motoyama, and I boarded a steamboat to Hakone. Sometime after the sun sank below the horizon,
ここにいたんですか。
Oh, good evening, Iba. Are you feeling any motion sickness? Wait, we're on the boat now? Huh. I noticed some of the men are hunched over the railing, having a horrible time.
それについては大丈夫です。船には強いみたいですね。
I see. That's good. Okay. Eva looked up, gazing at the night sky for some time before finally murmuring.
こうしてきてしまいましたが、本当に良かったんでしょうか。
I flinched. Eva must be concerned. There was a conflict of interest between his natural sense of duty and the promise he had made to Sen.
おせんさんとはあの後
I shook my head. As I was leaving Edo, I wrote her a letter, but I have no idea if it'll reach her or not. Moreover, even if she had taken the time to reply, I wouldn't be able to receive it now that I had left Edo. As always, there was a possibility that Kimigiku had been monitoring our movements. Yase village had just gone through quite a difficult time, so perhaps they didn't have the leeway to concern themselves with us. A sudden chilly wind blew past.
寒くありませんか。船室にいた方がいいのでは。
I told him, ooh, there we go, a choice. Let's see, our first choice of the night. Let's see, I'm gonna save over here. I told him I want to stay for a while. I had the initial impression that Iba wanted to time to himself, or what? Hold on, I had the initial impression that Iba wanted to time to himself to think about things, but that's a grammar error, that's too much twos. Iba wanted time to himself, yeah, not that extra two there, so that's a drink. What's funny is many Toho games have a very short period where you can use a bomb after taking damage to negate the damage. Gungeon doesn't have that feature. It's one of the only things you can think of that is tougher about Gungeon. Yeah, huh? I know, I do like the bombs in Toho. They can be convenient. Would it be alright for me to stay here?
もちろんいいですけど、どうして
Oh, yeah, there we go.
って聞くのは野暮でしょうか。もう少し僕と話をしたいと思ってくれているん
Of
ですよね。
course. I like talking with you. He said it so frankly that heat rose to my cheeks. I do. He'd hit the ball. I'm sorry, ball. He hit the nail on the head, so all I could do was nod obediently.
こちらへどうぞ。
Ooh, we're gonna cuddle.
寄り添っていた方が暖かいですよ。
Gungeon has bombs or blanks, but if you get hit, there's no grace period for a blank use. Boo, that is pretty poopy. Iba smiled kindly, and I followed his suggestion and stood right beside him. We shared no more words. Instead, we listened to the waves crashing all around us. Excuse me. It was a peaceful moment. Just then... Uh-oh! Iba? Iba suddenly grunted in pain. He clutched his left arm. Iba, are you alright? Does your arm hurt? Seeing that something was clearly wrong, I tried to reach for him when his left hand grabbed my arm. He gripped me hard. This wasn't normal strength. Ouch! I yelped in pain. He forcefully struck my hand away.
こんなところを大使たちに見せるわけにはいきませんね。
Eva took a few staggering steps back, then rushed towards his cabin. He is doing the anime grunt. Eva, wait! I ran after him, panicked.
あなたは外に出ていてください。
But
僕、
oh, whoops, my bad. Here, say your
あな
line.
たは外に出ていてください。僕から離れていて。
What? I can't just leave you like that. Here it comes. It's bloodlust time. That's a drink. Suddenly, all the color drained from his hair. Was this bloodlust? Oh, gee, I wonder if his hair's turning white and he's got the red eyes. I decided to give him blood. Taste the blood. Here, save here. Cool. Alright, give him blood. Give him blood. And, oh wait, hold on. I'll drink when he actually starts drinking her blood. Iba, my blood. The moment I offered, his shoulders started to shake. Iba continued to grunt and cough, doubled over, and made no attempt to move. I drew my kodachi and ran it along the nape of my neck. Ow! A dull pain preceded the warm trickle of blood. I gnashed my teeth against the pain and glanced at Iba. Wait, did I read that? Hold on. If Takeda or my father come for me, and your mind's in no condition to fight, then we'd be in a hopeless position. I can't let that happen, so please.
分かっています。
Iba muttered through gritted teeth, and finally, slowly approached me. Ooh, spicy! Spicy! That'll be 2 drinks. 1 for CG, 1 for character drinking blood. You're probably gonna zoom out too, so I'll show that again. His ragged breathing tickled the fresh cut on the back of my neck. Yeah, there we go. I was on the cusp of moaning, but oh, she's into it! Doing so would only make Iba more aware of the sin he was committing. Oh, yes! Sin some more! Damn, the writers knew what they were doing here. So I bit my bit to hold in my voice. I'm sorry, I bit my bit? Oh. What? These fucking translators, man, that's a drink. Either they wanted her to bite lips, tongue, whatever. Or maybe inside it's probably the lips, though. I don't know, that's my guess.
あなたの血をすするために羅刹になったわけではないのに。
This feeling, it's so sinful, right? Good old Theodore. I'll never forget that social link. One of the best. His voice trembled with quiet resentment, almost too low to hear. Eventually, though, his breathing stabilized. After he was done, he stepped away from me, his demeanor awkward.
外に出ていてくれますか?
Huh? But, oh, huh? That's a drink.
お願いします。
The face cam is everyone looking at the CG, right? I love Zatch Bell. Like that the manga panel, or it is a manga panel from Zatch Bell. Like the goofy faces that Raikou does for that manga they're so fucking hilarious, man. I love it. It's always a treat getting to read some Zatch Bell, and the anime replicates it great too. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that was one of the fun parts about watching that show. Excuse me. Seeing the face he was making, I couldn't possibly stay here any longer. I understand. Oof. I saw myself out. After shutting the door of Eva's cabin behind me, I mindlessly cast my eyes on the sea of stars reflected in the water before me. I couldn't shake the image of Eva in such agony, bent over and struggling to breathe. Damn, was becoming a fury worth it to him? As far as his bannermen were concerned, he was merely marching with the Yugeki unit. But should push come to shove, he would not be allowed to use his powers to fight alongside them. What could I do for him? I wanted to support him as he bore this pain. This pain is just too real. There's just so much that... It's May. Oh. The Yugeki unit's steamboats traveled safely through Edo Bay, sailing upon steady waters to reach the Odawara domain. When will Yukimura tell someone she's on her period, right? And they have to be like a fury at that point. Oh, that'll be fun. Odawara domain was under the jurisdiction of the esteemed Okubo family. However, they had already sworn allegiance to the Imperial Army. Upon arrival, Iba and the Yugeki unit persisted in their endeavors to convince them to change their minds and ally with the shogunate. After days of deliberation. Oh, fun stuff.
みんな聞いてください。藩主の大久保公の協力を得られました。
I feel like that was a little louder than Iba usually is. I'll take a drink for that. Oh, that was definitely loud. Aw, it's not the same as oh, but yeah, that's also a loud drink. Oh, I have to hear it again. Yeah, it's not the same, but it still sounds kind of goofy. Yeah. Oh, if you're tired. The whole Yugeki unit roared with delight. You call that a roar of delight? What? Alright, whatever.
これから箱根の関所で新政府軍を迎え撃つことになります。早速、はい。
Oh my god, I thought he was done! God, Eva just pausing a lot and I'm like, oh, okay, he's done with his line.
新政府軍を迎え撃つことになります。早速、戦の支度をしてください。
Okay, now we're good. With a resounding affirmation, the Yugeki unit readied themselves for battle. You like to imagine they just get a bunch of the programmers in the sound studio to do those cheers. I'd like to think so too. Yeah, because it's like we need some rando screaming whatever. Just some random dude talking. They just like pull the crew there. Oh, man.
ようやく俺たちの見せ場が来たな。今日この日を待ってたんだ。新選組や伝習隊に負けないよう力を尽くそう。
はい、そうですね。
I've been waiting for this.
A look of despair suddenly flashed on Iba's face. He was with his comrades but could not fight alongside them. It must have been killing him to keep this hidden. But given how gracious and tough Iba's heart was, he never would have said so himself.
隊長いらっしゃいますか。
どうしました？
物見から報告が入りました。それが
Bruh. The soldier shot a quick glance at us and moved in closely to whisper in Iba's ear discreetly. Iba listened carefully, nodding as the soldier gave details of the scout's report. Then, Iba should be allowed to fight as long as he doesn't use his powers.
それは
Yeah, exactly. Make a pinky promise. Swear on your heart, Crosimon.
はい。自分も信じられませんが。
Okay. After the soldier lowered his head, Iba gave a grim frown and began barking orders.
急いで出立の支度をしてください。
Bruh.
箱根の関所へ戻ります。
Yeah, okay, sure. We walked alongside the Yugeki unit's vanguard along Hakone Mountain's pebbly and narrow path. I tapped Iba's shoulder to speak into his ear. Iba, did something happen?
新政府軍の部隊が江戸に向かって進軍してくるという知らせが入ったんです。しかもそれを先導しているのは小田原藩士だと。
What? Don't tell me. Let's see. Iba not using his powers and having him being allowed to fight might be impractical, since if he's under any pressure, he might go sicko mode. Exactly. And plus, yeah, we'll never know when he's gonna start craving the blood, so taste the blood. Hadn't the Odawara domain agreed to join our fight against the Imperial Army? Was all of it a ploy to ensnare the Yugeki unit? If only this was some sort of miscommunication. We made our way through the rugged terrain of the mountain path and finally arrived at the checkpoint. But
人の姿が見当たらないぞ。やっぱりこれは。
we rushed to the building to confirm our fears. Indeed, the Odawara soldiers who were supposed to be guarding the checkpoint were nowhere in sight. Ooh,
武器や弾薬も
busted!
持ち去られていますね。ということはやはり。
どうするんだ。小田原藩が裏切ったってことは。俺たちはこのまま小田原藩と新政府軍に挟み撃ちにされるってことか。
Whoopsies.
本山、遊撃隊の隊士たちは今どこまで戻ってきているんですか。
そろそろ追いついてくるはずだけど、そういえば遅いな。
迎えに行ってきます。僕から離れないで。
Yes. Oh, I thought they were gonna be like. I don't know why I was thinking they were gonna like have some character show up in silhouette, and I'm like, who's that Pokemon? Oh, my brain is frying. Iba and I went back up the mountain trail. Oh, suddenly, I heard a commotion. Iba, look! A large skirmish had broken out by the river. We saw flags belonging to the Odawan domain, but I don't know, seriously, We saw flags belonging to the Odawara domain, as well as soldiers clad in imperial attire. With the while the Yugeki unit was doing its best. Damn. I know that was a scream, but I just want my drinks. I'm gonna drink that. For that was loud. They were far outnumbered, and it was clear they would all be slaughtered. No. I had heard that many domains betrayed the shogunate during the Battle of Toba Fushimi. Now, here we were at Hakone, feeling the same sting. Hijackers. Hey. Why is he... Okay, first of all, why is he asking Yukimura? She was the one who was all like, well, you can use your powers, blah blah blah, right? Right? Unless I'm tripping. But yeah, second of all, the vow was with Sen, not me. I'm not gonna give a shit. Excuse me. I'm gonna drink because there's no period in this sentence here. So I'll count that as a grammar error and I just want drink. I nodded. Iba was not allowed to interfere. This was a fight between humans, and he should have no part in it. It was unclear to both of us what kind of consequences he would incur for breaking this new law, but in this moment, I couldn't make Iba stand by and watch as his comrades died. His blade hissed as it came out of its sheath.
隊長、来てくださったんですね。
Sends a strongly worded letter. She's like, out there. First of all, oh shit, not that one. There we go. Man, hold on. Hold on, I gotta wash my hands. That was a little dusty. Alright, I'm back. Again. Let's see.
わざわざ我々に首を献上しに来たか。
The Imperial soldier aimed his rifle at Iba. However, I didn't even see Iba move, let alone catch the path of his sword. I wasn't the only one who couldn't.
なんだ今の動きは全く見えなかったぞ。
Oh.
俺化け物め、撃て
All of the Imperial soldiers fired their rifles blindly at him. Iba's sword flashed 3 times. What? There was a series of metallic clings as little objects fell to the ground. The bullets? My eyes widened. He had split the bullets clean in half. Dang, dude, that's crazy. The Imperial soldiers are all clones. They are. Yeah. Iba? What just happened? I'd known that Iba was renowned for his incredible sword technique, but anticipating the path of a bullet and splitting it in half was something else entirely. You saw what? What? No amount of mastery could have made such a feat impossible. I mean, made such a feat possible. My bad. Only supernatural intuition could have.
体の奥底から力が溢れてくるんです。鬼の腕が力を貸しているのか、それとも僕の体に馴染んできたということでしょうか。
Yeah, sorry, I'm like dozing. I'm also just kind of imagining the him slicing the bullets. It's a fun image to put in my head. Just like that, Eva's left hand began to emit a dim glow. The light pulsated as if to answer his as if it were The light pulsated as if to answer Eva's quandaries. So long as we could harness with such power, there was no way he could lose in battle. Suddenly,
なんだお前たちは。俺たちは味方だぞ。なんだこいつらは。鉄砲で撃たれても倒れないだと。まさか人間じゃない。
me too, buddy. I'll count that as a loud drink. Sure, why not? Fuck it. Because the drinks honestly are helping me be more awake, helping me wake up a bit. Because it is, I put that in the fridge and whatnot. Shadows began to swarm over the fallen soldiers. They were wearing Imperial Army uniforms, and as soon as they saw the bloody corpses, their eyes flashed red. They fell upon them like locusts to feast upon their blood. Oh, wake the fuck up, Nikki. We have an atomic to play. Yeah, that sounds about right. For this drink. Whoa! But it wasn't enough for them. They ripped the bodies apart, seeking more, sending sprays of blood flying every which way.
彼らは羅刹かということはまさか。
Just as Eva muttered his premonition. Oh! Cricket 443! Hello, hello! Welcome to the stream! Welcome. I'm so sorry. It's late where I'm, like, on my side of the world, so I've kind of been, like, dozing off a bit, but I'm trying to stay awake. We are doing a drinking game stream, so if you'd like to take part with an alcoholic beverage or a non-alcoholic beverage, you can click on this link, scroll down to the Hakuoki section, and we'll also let you know when to drink. But yeah, what's up? Finally, like, are you, how did you find this channel? I'm curious.
やれやれ
Oh no. Is that who I think it is?
食事をするのは構わんが
It's him.
こやつらの作法は
That's
なっておらん
funny.
な
Hearing Dio's voice and then him say yada yada yada. My JoJo fans, if you know, you know. That voice! Oh, he got a glow up
Yahari.
too.
お前もここにいたか伊庭八郎
Oh, you're subscribed on the YouTube channel. Okay. See, yeah, I'm not sure how the algorithm works and all, but I appreciate it when people do happen to find my channel, so welcome. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube. Very much appreciated. And I'm glad that you're enjoying... excuse me, I'm glad you're enjoying the content too.
再びこうして相まみえる日を待ち望んでいたぞ
Takeda licked his lips as he spoke, turning his fearsome gaze toward me. He eyed me like prey, making me feel violated somehow. A chill crawled down my spine. Creeper! Oh man. Had Takeda always looked at me that way? Yeah, no thanks, I'm good. I don't know. Takeda doesn't look that bad, but I'm not seeing it. Eva stepped in front of me protectively.
そう遠くないうちに再会するだろうとは思っていましたが、今日あなたを切ることができれば、これ以上犠牲を増やさずに済みますね。
この私を切ると面白い冗談を言ってくれる
Maybe Takeda's name was highlighted in that line because it's like, oh, we're here in person. Like, he hasn't showed up in person at all in the Edo Blossom section of this game, so I'm assuming maybe that's why. I should have probably checked his definition, but I don't like to check every single one. So, yeah, that's just my guess. I found myself perplexed by Takeda's mockery. The last time we met in Yase village, Eva soundly beat him. But there was a disturbing cockiness about Takeda that was causing my stomach to sink. Iba. I turned to Iba to voice my concerns, but as his name left my mouth...
危ないですから、下がっていてください。
For a moment, I hesitated whether or not to listen. But finally, I decided to back away. Spectating again. Moments earlier, Iba mentioned that a mysterious power was beginning to flow through his arm. I mean, bro, you have the demon arm. What more do you expect? If that were true, then I had faith that he would have no trouble subduing Takeda once again, but I couldn't shake the inexplicable dread. Both of them drew their swords, took their stances, and sized each other up.
一瞬で決めさせてもらいますよ。長々と相手をする暇はありませんから。
よかろう。一瞬でだな。
How many routes are left to complete? So, I have done Okita's route in the separate Kyoto Winds and separate Edo Blossoms playthrough on my channel. For this specific port, I've done Harada's, Yamazaki's, and now we're at Iba's. So I've got plenty more to go. More than 3 and less than 5,000. Yes, correct. But yeah, we're gonna be playing this game for a long time. Let's just say. Takeda offered a smug grin, and in the next moment, Ooh. Ooh. White sparks flashed as their blades clanged into one another with overwhelming fervor. It's a drink for white. I hadn't even seen Takeda move. Neither the swing of his sword nor his body as he closed the distance between them. Oh,
Nani? Dato.
oh, nandato. Oh. Too bad that's not Hijikata saying it, because that would have been a drink too.
鬼の腕の力さえあれば私の剣筋を見切ることなどたやすいと思っていたのだろうがどうやら当てが外れたようだなお前の鬼の腕の力が目覚め始めているのならば当然私にも同じことが起きているはずだろう
We finished Hakuoki in 2030. Yeah. Oh man. Ibo responded with a flurry of slashes. But Takeda saw through and evaded every last one.
見える見えるぞお前の剣筋が
I'll count this as, you know, someone loud. Someone loud mic. Just so I can get another drink in.
急所は避けたかまあその程度の芸は見せてもらわねば戦いがいがないか腐っても名門道場の跡取りがすでに私との力の差を悟っているはずだな
一体どういうことだ。ヤセの里で戦った時はこれほどの力の差はなかったはず。それなのに
鬼の腕を得たことで慢心したな伊庭八郎善心だろうが悪心だろうが供物すらよこさぬ者に恩恵を与えるものなどないぞ
Sacrifice.
お前まさか人の血を。
その通り数十人では効かぬほどの人間の血を飲んだその息に応えてくれたのか鬼の腕はお前をしのぐ力を与えてくれたぞ
なんということを。
思えばお前のことは一目見た時から気に入らなかったたまたま名門道場の跡取りに生まれただけで輝かしい将来を約束されしかもその若さで将軍の奥詰めを務めていただと名もなき家の出のせいで この地望を生かす機会さえ与えられず、どこに行っても軽んじられ。武田の生を語ってすら這い上がれなかったこの私の胸の内が貴様にわかるか。
Holy fuck! Now that is definitely a loud line. That's gonna be a drink for sure. Yeah. Dio really coming out there. His talk about Iba's privilege sounds exactly like Part 1 Dio. It does. He's screaming, he loud. I just want my drinks and drink for that. A spray of blood splashed into the air from Iba's body. He collapsed, blood spreading around him in a widening pool.
だが、たった今分かったぞ。
Oh, he's got gloves now.
お前は今この瞬間、私に倒されるためだけに存在していたのだ。お前には這い上がるためだけにおびただしい量の血をすすり、悪鬼となり果てることなどできまい。
Yeah, that's a drink. You don't drink, but after this, pretty sure you'll get water poisoning. For real. Yeah, I'm just drinking a beer, and like this is only my first can of beer, so I'm fine. Iba! The bellow of Takeda's maniacal threats echoed in my ears, and as I attempted to sprint towards Iba, one of the Furies snatched me from behind. But yeah, I usually like to do drinking games for Hakuoki because there's so many prompts, excuse me, on the drinking game document. And, well, I noticed that for Iba, there's less of these prompts getting done because he's not part of the, like, initial, I think it was, what, 6 that were originally from the first game? And then more routes were added for different ports or whatever, so, and this is one of them, so... The prompts that I found on the internet really follow the main 6, but you know, there's still some here and there. Yeah, it gets more fun. It gets more fun when you're romancing someone like, say, Saito or something. No! Let me go! I struggled to free myself, but the Fury merely tightened his hold.
ラセツども、
Bruh.
その女を丁重に扱え。
What?
私の子を産む女だからな。
Are you so he's gonna be like the Kazuma in this route? Dude, that's crazy. No. What the? Me too, bro. Me too. I did not expect this. I fell speechless out of sheer bewilderment. What on earth was this man saying? Yeah, right? Takeda reached his slender fingers under my chin. Get those dirty fingers away from me! Then he grabbed it aggressively, forcing my head upwards to face him directly.
鬼の腕が私の体に
Bro!
お前が毎晩のように夢に出てくるようになった。
What the fuck? Guessing that choosing graffiti as a drink to do in this game was not a good idea. Bro. Oh shit. Oh no. I'm sorry. But again, that's on you. Nah, I kid. Damn, dude, rip.
しかも
Bro, this fucking dude's horny as shit. Damn, bro.
ただの小娘だと思っていたのだがな。
Bro.
夢の意味を行動に尋ねたと。
Yeah, that when he was like, ever since I got this arm, I had started to suspect. So I guess maybe that's why Iba was all like, you know, he was getting all horny earlier too. That's true. You could do sips instead, Sinessus. Yeah, when I do have like the heavier drinks, then.
That was truly cringeworthy.
Yeah, no, that's also what. Yeah, Takeda's pretty cringe. This is what the fuck is this even? I felt sick to my stomach, barely able to look Takeda in the eye. Yeah, the shock woke me up, I think. Iba, drenched in his own blood, shot a spiteful glare towards Takeda, but Uh-oh. Damn, they gave them eyes. I don't remember them having eyes before. Like the blacks and the red pupils. All of the Fury riflemen fire their guns at once. This is worse than Kazuma, right? Yeah, like, I don't know. This just feels even more wrong having Takeda say it. Like, fuck, dude. You were just a side character, bitch. Uh-oh. Iba! Because of Iba's Fury powers, his wounds should be healing momentarily, but... Now I'm thinking, like, you know, you guys know that one comic of, like, that office setting comic where it's, like, there's the handsome guy who's, like, flirting with this girl, and, like, that's what I'm imagining, would be Kazuma, and then you got, Takeda is, like, it's, like, the less attractive looking guy, like, the nerdy looking guy, and then the lady's like, oh, sexual harassment. I'm imagining Takeda as the sexual harassment one. That's what I'm getting, that vibe from him. He is an absolute creeper. Like, bro really said, ooh, I had wet dreams of you. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Blood oozed from his ripped flesh, but he showed no signs of healing. Yeah, you know what comic I'm talking about. What was happening? Did Takeda somehow do this?
同じ鬼の腕を持つお前も私と似たような夢を毎晩のように見てい
At
る
least Kazuma doesn't make sexual comments to Yukimura. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it feels weirder with Takeda.
その上品そうな顔の裏でどんな浅ましい欲望を抱いているのかこの娘に聞かせてやれば100年の恋も一瞬で冷めるだろうな。
No. Yukimura would be... I think Yukimura would be into that. I mean, I'd be into that. It's like, cause like they've had chemistry. They've had chemistry, and obviously we're doing his route, so it's like, yeah, we want to get free K with Iba, right? Damn, okay, that was a loud Iba line. I'll take a drink for that. You read Prissy as Pussy for a sec? Honestly, same. Kazuma Chihage was always the best choice. Damn, dude, you're one of those people? Yeah, my friend was like, oh, Kazuma's my favorite, and I'm like, I would prefer Kazuma over Takeda over here, but like, I don't know, man. Kazuma kind of creeps me out too. He's all like, yes, you would be my waifu. But yeah, at least Kazuma's all like, he's got the respect there. Like he's like, you'll be my waifu, but he doesn't outright say, I'm gonna fuck you. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what Takeda's like out here. Like, bro, come on. Nah, not cool, dude. Iba summoned whatever energy he could to heave a swing at Takeda, but it was futile. But also, yeah, I mean, you like who you wanna like. Yeah, like, everyone is entitled to their opinion. My personal favorite is Okita. I don't know, part of it is because his Japanese voice actor is the same as Yosuke Hanamura's Japanese voice actor from Persona 4. He's a big Yosuke fan here. But also, I don't know, there's something about Okita's like playful teasing and stuff that I kinda like. And like his smirks. Kazuma appeals to the fantasy of having a possessive boyfriend, which I was never really into that, but you know, you guys do you, right? Hey, another Okita fan here. Yeah, and I did Harada, like, I went Okita, Harada, because I think Harada's pretty hot too. Yeah, I like, he is a pretty cool dude too. And then Saito. Okay, nice. Why are those your favorites if you also say Kazuma is the best choice? Good question. Good question posed to Cricket. Can I call you Cricket for short? Iba summoned whatever energy he could to heave a swing at Takeda, but it was futile. The routes had the best pacing and the characters were well-rounded, but Kazuma was just fun. You know what? That's fair. I respect that. And you know what? I haven't even experienced Kazuma's route yet, so you know I can't say. But like just seeing his character from like you know the routes I've played so far, I'm just like I don't know, man. But and also you know watching the Hakuoki anime or the stage play, you know, literally, God, I'm just like all the Hakuoki adaptations always follow the Hijikata routes, and I'm just like, can't you try other routes too? So it's always like, you know, the same stuff, whatever, but I don't know. I've got that Hakuoki brain rot too, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna watch as much Hakuoki content as I can. Only plot armor can save Iba now. Man, for real though. The instant Takeda slashed his sword. Ouch! You know, I felt that scream, holy fuck. I'm gonna drink because that was loud. I heard the chilling sound of flesh splitting followed by a blood-curdling scream. Ooh. Iba's legs gave out. The PC Switch remake does Kazuma so much more justice than the PSP one. In the PSP one, you could only romance the main 6 Shinsengumi and Kazuma, and his route sucked. Really? So did they update it for that port? Or this port? Yeah, I'm playing the Switch version. I watched in horror as blood gushed from his wounds, into a widening puddle spreading across the dirt. There was so much of it, I couldn't believe he was still breathing. Oh, also, I should say, I played the PC port for Okita, and the Switch port is what I'm playing from Harada up, like what we're doing now. There was so much of it, I couldn't believe he was still breathing. No! I struggled and kicked and flailed, to no avail. Bad Ed! Ruh-roh! Iba! Iba! I saw Iba desperately try to look up at me.
このまま型をつけてもいいが、せっかくの機会だ。
Oh god.
一つ取引してやろう。もしお前が私のものになるというなら、
No.
この男を見逃してやらんでもない。
I was shaking so hard, only the fury hold kept me on my feet. Ah, that's a grammar error. Come on, man. Alright, that's a drink. You'll let Iba.
多少の憂さ晴らしはできた。こんな雑魚をこれ以上いたぶっても仕方がないからな。
Takeda was manipulative. There was no way of knowing if he was bluffing or toying with me. To save Iba's life, the only reasonable thing I could do was trust Iba! Duh! Bitch, I certainly fucking hope you're gonna trust him. Here, but we'll save, of course. Trust. I don't trust you.
ほう。ではそこにいる死にかけのボロ雑巾の言葉なら信じられるとでも言うのか。
I'd count this as a grammar error because why did they capitalize you after a comma? Yeah, I want to be a grammar Nazi just so I can get more drinks. That's all.
男など一皮むけば皆同じだ。
Bro really said.
この男が今日までお前を守ってきたのはその身を己のものとするためだぞ。
Don't you dare insult him like that. He's nothing like you. He could insult me all he liked, but I wouldn't stand for him disrespecting Iba like that. Iba was the one who'd been protecting me all this time. There we go. Yeah, of course! Of course! We're doing his route. Why would we go and agree and do Takeda's shit? Nah. The power of love prevails all. I hope. Hi, Jaker.
聞き分けのない女だ。まあいい。二度と生意気な口を聞けぬよう連れ帰って厳しくしつけてやるか。
The power of love as a curious thing. Yeah, the power of love. Ew. Oh, that sounds uncomfortable. Takeda grabbed my arm, twisting it roughly as he pulled me in closer to him. Ow!
待て彼女離せ
Iba drove his sword into the ground, using it to pull himself up, but
羅刹ども、その男を始末しろ。血を存分にすすって構わん
yeah,
ぞ。
I love that Iba pops up just so he has the relationship points animation. Give me that Mooney. Excuse me. All of the Furies pointed their gazes greedily at Iba, encircling him to pounce upon his body. Excuse me. Oh, that's Iba gasping. Whatever. Oh no! At this rate, just as I let fear take hold of me, a blast of gunfire resounded in the distance. What? The bullets found their mark.
早く今のうちに逃げろ
What? Who is this? That voice. I don't know. Who is it? Iba, let's go now! Seizing the opportunity, I tore myself away from Takeda and rushed to help Iba up.
バカめ、逃がすと思っているのか。
Oh, yeah, we're doing that right now. Despite oozing blood from their bullet wounds, Takeda and the other Furies blocked our path. That left us only one viable alternative. The cliff! Oh no, it was high and steep, with no guarantee we'd survive the fall, but... Well, I mean, they do have the demon healing power, so they should be okay. Are you alright with this, Iba? Whatever happened, it would be better than falling into Takeda's clutches. Iba's eyes were starting to glaze over after all the blood he'd lost. I looked deep into them, steeling myself. And together, we jumped. That's it! The end! They're dead! No, I'm just kidding. We cut through the wind as we fell, all the way down to the bottom of the cliff. I braced myself. Urgh. Why do these leaves look realistic? Like, it looks like they just took a photo of, like, you know, a certain tree or whatever. Oh, look, it's weed! No, I'm just kidding. We hit the ground hard. I thought every bone in my body would shatter from the impact. Ow. By some miracle, I was only bruised. Yeah, demon powers, woo! Are you alright, Iba? Iba scrunched his nose in pain, pushing himself upright before rising to his feet. Yeah, it looks like they took a picture of, like, a real-life forest and then they just, like, oversaturated it or whatever. Iba, stubborn as ever, tried to brush it off, but his face was pale and ghost-like from severe blood loss. The bleeding showed no signs of stopping. Here, lean on my shoulder. Don't let go. We had to get as far away as we possibly could from the Furies and the Imperial soldiers. Ooh, a CG! Okay, I'll wait for it to zoom out, because I know it will, until I take my drink. There we go. I'm sorry. This hurts, doesn't it? Look at that. Oh, helping your boyfriend out and then take a drink. Even as the light was fading from Iba's eyes, and he rested his weight upon me, dripping in his own blood. He put on a tough facade, although anyone else could tell his injuries were severe. No, why would I do that, Iba? No, Iba, I refuse to do that. Just let the power of love prevail. What are you talking about? There's absolutely no way I'm abandoning you.
あなたまで武田さんに捕まったら取り返しがつかないことになるのが
わからないんですか?
The first part of this line was like loud. I'm gonna drink for that. The fear burning in Iba's eyes was the same pulsing through me. You've been protecting me our entire lives. This time, Iba, it's my turn to protect you. There was not even a shred of doubt in my mind that this was what I wanted. My words had a visible impact on Iba, who bit his lip in frustration. Pride governed Iba's entire way of life. Way of life! Perhaps he couldn't bear to be the one saved in such a manner. But I had no intention of letting him get a word in. This was no time to let his pride get in the way. I was going to save him. Yeah, that's the spirit. There we go, Yukimura, take that initiative. I finally managed to get him up and walking, and we slowly hobbled off into the forest to hide. You remember thinking this was the coolest thing as a 13-year-old? Oh man, good old middle school. I don't have the... Yeah, you know what? I actually just recently started playing these games, or getting into this franchise, like, was either... I think that was last year or a couple years ago or something like that. But you know what? Yes, I agree. There are far worse things to be into as a 13-year-old. Yeah, I mean, this could be cringier. But I'm cool with this. I finally managed to get him up and walking, and we slowly hobbled off into the forest to hide. We held our breath as we waited for Takeda or his Furies to show themselves, but they never came. Where do we go from here? Going back to Edo isn't an option, and the Yugaki unit is... I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'll go fetch some water from the river. We need to clean up those wounds. I stood up, about to head off, when... I heard rustling sounds close by. Who was it? Takeda? The Furies? Or the Imperial Army? Iba! Get down! I wrapped my hand around the hilt of my kodachi, pushing Iba closer to the floor before I saw...
そこにいるのって
What?
もしかして雪村さんか
Who's this? Is that... Motoyama? Oh, okay, no wonder. I'm like, who is this? I didn't recognize the voice.
やっぱりそうだった
Oh.
二人とも生きてたんだな
Dang, they only showed that other sprite for a brief second. Like, what? I wanted to take a look at that because I'm like, we've never seen that before.
さっき新政府軍と戦ってるのを見たから
Oh,
銃で
was
援
he
護
the
した
one
んだ
who shot the bullet earlier? Hmm.
まさかあの後崖から飛び降りるなんて思わなくてさ
Wait, so that gunfire back there was you? Okay, yeah, that answers my question.
ああそうさ残っていた大使たちととっさに撃ったんだまさか本当に当たるとは思わなかったけどな
Ah, I see. We somehow avoided death by the skin of our teeth, thanks to the miraculous timing of Iba's friend.
これ以上ここに留まるのは危険だもう少し歩けば海岸に出るからそこから船に戻ろう
Oh, a nice beachside stroll under the moonlight, huh? That sounds romantic. So Nadio was foiled by someone named Kotaro. Yeah. Alright, time to get going, Iba. As I turned to look over my shoulder to glance at Iba, Iba was hanging his head, as if in a trance. Iba? Do your wounds hurt? I called out his name, but he offered no response, keeping his eyes fixed to the ground.
いえ、何でもありません。
Oof. Oh, maybe he feels called out. He hoisted himself back up, and all of us ambled through the forest to the bay where our boat awaited. Hold on. All of us ambled through forest to the bay where our boat awaited us. Alright, you know what? I'll accept that. That's fine. Whether from the loss of blood or perhaps from the loss of morale, Iba passed out right then and there. Good thing we have Kotaro with us. Do your wounds hurt? No, they're fine. Of course they're hurt! For real though! You know what? We're at 1 hour 49 minutes. I may as well at least like go up to 2-hour runtime. That's fine. I want to see what else is offered for us. June 1868. Ah, yes. A drink for a date announced. Yeah. A little over a month had passed since we made our narrow escape from Odawara. Thankfully, Motoyama was there to help us. He arranged for us to recuperate at the home of a friend of his, an interpreter living in Yokohama. For whatever reason, Iba's injuries showed no signs of healing. Even worse, he hadn't woken up since. Dr. Matsumoto paid us a visit to check up on him. June 1868, Iba died. Damn, dude, can you imagine? Not my birth month. Doctor, how's he doing? Oh god.
銃弾がうまく貫通してくれて体の中に残ってないのは不幸中の幸いだが
Do you have any idea why he isn't healing? It's odd, don't you think? His fury powers should have helped, but it's been a month. Of course, if the bullets had torn through any of Iba's vital organs, then he would have died. Still, these wounds should have been nothing to a fury.
この間、土方君や三男君と話す機会があったんだが、新政府軍の中に妙な武器を使う連中がいるらしい。
A peculiar weapon?
そいつらは銀でできた銃弾を撃つらしいんだ。その銃弾で撃たれた羅刹の傷は容易に癒すことができんらしい。
The bullets had hamon in them. I mean silver. Oh yeah, totally. So Takeda and his men were using meth.
おそらく
It's always meth.
銀の銃弾を使ってたんだろう。
Oh yeah.
行動さんなら羅刹の弱点を知っているはずだからな。
I balled my hands into tight fists. Iba was in so much pain, and all because of my father. Doctor, is there anything we can do for Iba at this time?
ひとまず急所は外れてるから死んじまうってことはないだろうが。 体力が戻るまでにはもうしばらく時間がかかるだろうな。
I see. This was a precarious moment for us. But at least Iba's life was no longer at risk.
それじゃ私は他に用事があるからこれで失礼するよ。
Iba, you've been in a coma for 9 years. Damn, imagine. Right, let me walk you out. Thank you again, Doctor, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to check up on Iba.
何、礼には及ばんさ。それより気をつけるようにな。今の江戸はお前さんたちが知ってる頃の江戸じゃない。江戸城が無血開城されてからというもの、市中には新政府軍のやつらが溢れてる。幕府軍の残党とおぼしきやつらを片っ端から捕まえて取り調べてるって話だ。
Not that it matters to me, because it's like, ooh, yes. You just go with the story and we get the good goods coming straight to us. So even if Iba's wounds were to heal, there was no guarantee of safety in Edo. Not with that attitude. In fact, there was no guarantee of safety anywhere. Even going out on errands might prove dangerous.
雪村君、君はこれからも伊庭君のそばにいるつもりなのかね？
Obviously. Yes. It's my fault that he's like this.
責任を感じてるからか。
Oh, whoops, wrong button.
その言葉を伊庭君が聞いたら複雑な気分になる
Historical
だろうな。
Matsumoto's ghost be all like, they made me bald. How could they? What do you mean?
なんでもない独り言だ。それじゃ私はもう行くよ。そうだ、伊庭君の怪我の具合を見に来ることはもうできんだろう。
Why is that?
会津に行くことにしたんだ。医術を必要とし
All
てい
the
るとこ
other
ろに行くの
Shinsengumi got a
が
glow
医者
up
の
too.
務めだからな。
Right, and poor Matsumoto. Technically, he isn't Shinsengumi though. He's just like an honorary member, I guess. So, but yeah, it's just because he's bald. Aizu. I could imagine what disasters in Aizu had befallen the shogunate forces. Please be careful out there. I will pray for your safe return and hope that our reunion is sooner rather than later, Doctor.
分かってるよ。私の手を必要としている人間がいる限り、まだ死ぬわけにはいかんからな。
Dr. Matsumoto grinned warmly, and he stepped briskly towards the front door to make his exit. I watched the doctor's back shrink in the distance as the pines whispered outside, and as I re-entered, what are they whispering?
今
Oh, he's awake.
話し声が聞こえましたが、どなたか客人でも。
Oh, yes. I had Dr. Matsumoto pay us a visit to examine your injuries. But don't worry yourself. You seem to be doing a lot better. Hey, that's a drink. Excuse me.
ご覧の通り、ひとまず目は覚めました。
Oh, that makes me so happy. I was so worried about you. His complexion was still pale, but seeing him regain consciousness put me somewhat at ease. I'll go make something delicious for you. Is there anything you're craving, Iba?
あの、
He's been in full uniform for his entire coma. I know. Ridiculous. Yes? What is it? Iba's eyes dropped to the floor. He seemed to be deep in thought.
いえ、何でもありません。
Bruh, tell me.
食べたいものは特にありませんから、あなたが好きなものを作ってください。
Oh. Understood. In that case, I'll make something nutritious to help you get better as soon as possible. I have to go shopping, so please excuse me. Iba smiled gratefully, and my chest felt warm seeing his spirits return. You miss the taste of a woman, don't you? Right? I was so happy that I ended up overlooking something important. Bruh. And perfect timing because we had just reached 2-hour runtime and I finished my drink right there too, so I will save there. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's like, but it is like almost 1:30 a.m. over here, and me just like frequently like dozing in and out. I feel bad, but oh man, long day at work, but not too bad a day honestly. But yeah, it is what it is. What did she forgore? Find out next time on the next Hakuoki Ball Z. If I liked Hakuoki, I should totally play Pio Fiore. That sounds Italian inspired. I'm interested. What's it about? What is the story here? But yeah, while I'm waiting for that little summary, let's see. Let me see. Oh, I forgot. It was just so busy. I forgot to put the announcement, but we will have our Discord watch along for Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust later today. Now that it's past midnight, on the Discord server, anytime after 8:30 p.m. PST. Kyler's gonna be working, so and on Sunday too. So either way, Kyler wouldn't be joining anyways. But yeah, no, we'll watch on Saturday. Pio Fiore is a mafia. Oh, there's the Italian. All right, religious-inspired otome, 1920s historical style. Interesting. Well, you had me hooked on mafia. All right, I'm gonna add that to my list then. Thank you for the suggestion. Yeah, I'm like thinking what other visual novels could I play? Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Rip Kyler, I know. I want him to watch too. Mamma mia. But it's okay. It is what it is. But alright. Yeah, no, thank you. Oh, hold on. Let me go to the continue so it doesn't... Or you know what? No, I don't care. It can play the title screen. That's fine. Or like the opening theme. That's fine. But yeah, no, thank you guys for tuning into the stream. As always, love chatting with you guys and hanging out. If you're just watching, I'm always glad to be entertainment. Excuse me. So, the next Twitch stream at least, will be, Persona 1, looks like. At least there's no level grinding in Otomes. Exactly, it's all story, see? Like, it's a nice breath of fresh air. You know, when I don't have to worry about grind. Breath of the Wild is the same way too. It's like, you don't have to worry about grinding in Breath of the Wild, it's just all like exploring and stuff. You fight your boss. Like, it's just all new stuff. I like my new stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my Japanese RPGs, my JRPGs, but like, yeah, when you get to a part where it's like all grind, it's like, dude, what the fuck? Yes, Cricket, finish P4! Oh, I love P4, that's my favorite of the Personas. Yeah. How far are you? Yeah, fuck it, let's just, let's just keep the conversation going. It's okay. It's already late enough. But yeah, I think... Oh, so here's the rundown. I think I probably will stream on Sunday then, so Persona 1. But Monday and Tuesday, or no, Monday at least I'm gonna be gone, because Chuck and I are going to Yosemite Monday and Tuesday. I will be back, like, on Tuesday, definitely Tuesday night, so I'll probably be streaming Tuesday, but we'll see. You're this close to putting on easy mode and cheesing the bosses. Easy mode, oh! Dang, wait, what part are you on? Yeah, because, yeah, like, for me, I normally like to play normal mode on my first playthrough, but some of those bosses can be pretty annoying. Spoilers for Persona 4, or people, yeah, spoilers for Persona 4 if you don't want to hear, put the stream on mute, or the VOD on mute, whatever. You've just saved Naoto from her dungeon. Yeah, you know what? The Naoto boss, kind of, it was like, I mean, it wasn't totally hard, but, you know, there was difficulty there. The bosses that gave me the most trouble were Yukiko's Shadow and Mitsuo's Shadow, especially Mitsuo's Shadow. I think that was the most challenging one for me, which you've already played, but you know, you've experienced. Like, fuck that guy. I hated that stupid the regenerating armor, like, you know, every so and so turns. It was like so stressful trying to like hit the baby before the armor built back up. Like, fuck, man. But I mean, other than that, are you enjoying the game? Yeah, fuck that ugly ass baby. Me and my homies hate Mitsuo. Fuck that guy. But I think, you know what, honestly, I think after Naruto, honestly, I think it like kind of, not like totally easy, but I feel like the challenge, like, it's not as, like, you know, difficult as in like, oh, I want to pull my hair out difficult. Yeah, like Namatame, he can be a bit tricky. For me personally, I thought he wasn't so bad, but yeah, if you don't see the gimmick, whatever, or figure out what the gimmick is, or have like you know, have like a good party on hand, or like a decent party, right? Then it can be pretty challenging. But I feel stick with it then. Not gotten up to oh yeah. Uh-oh, wait, story-wise, oops. Yeah, just keep playing. Keep playing. Yeah, whoops. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anymore. I will say Namatame's dungeon, oh, fuck, dude. Gets me emotional. Like, that story, that part of the story just, oh. Yeah, it starts getting serious from there. A little more serious. But yeah, no, I hope you're enjoying Persona 4. Yeah, that one sticks close to my heart. I have Persona 4 to thank for meeting a lot of cool people, and it's also helped me boost this channel too, so yeah. The toughest boss is searching for clues. Honestly though, oh my god, yeah, those days where it's like, look around town, search for clues, and interview people. It's like, dude, no, this is the worst. But yeah, no, other than that, Persona 4 is a great game. If Persona 4 does get remade, I wonder if they're gonna, like, you know, kinda, like, make that, like, investigate part of, like, the investigating parts of the game, like, less insufferable. But anyways, I gotta take my leave. It's getting late. Thank you guys once again for tuning into the stream. As always, love chatting with you guys and hanging out. If you're just watching, I'm always glad to be entertainment. No Twitch stream later tonight because we will be watching Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust on the Discord server anytime after 8:30 p.m. PST. It's easier for me to eat at my desk now because like normally for watch-alongs I don't like to eat at my desk because my desk was pretty cluttered. Now it's more decent, so I feel like we can start earlier for watching Vampire Hunter D. It will also let me sleep earlier too. But then also Sunday I more than likely will stream, but otherwise, well, okay. If I stream Sunday, the stream is gonna be Persona 1. If I stream on Tuesday, it's gonna be Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. So just keep your eyes peeled for any updates, whatnot. And yeah, I'll take my leave. Mata Nene, my dudes. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your night or day, wherever you may be. Bloodlust? Is that a motherfucking Hakuoki reference? Oh, yeah. And like, you know, the Furies kind of do be like vampires though. But yeah, alright. I'm out. You're welcome. Yeah, always glad to stream for you guys. Yeah, always fun to do that. I like to be entertainment. I like to share my gaming experiences, so thank you for coming along. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your night or day wherever you may be, and I'll catch you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there, and peace out.